Good evening, you guys. It's your boy Bill Mahari here, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC. We are at episode 32 of Basketball Conversations right here on this channel. I want to thank all my subscribers and loyal supporters, for their continuous contributions to this channel and to the growth of this channel. We are at 824 subscribers and we are going strong. And the first guy that's always showing up into the building, Mr. Brandon Nicholson, into the house, bro. I'm telling you, man, thank you for your support, Brandon Nicholson. I really appreciate it. But I hope you guys have been doing, pretty well for yourselves. We're about a week away from the return of NBA basketball. All right, the NBA resumes play on July 30th in Orlando, Florida. But as of this week, we got a lot of preseason games that were going on in Orlando. Some interesting games. Some interesting stuff that's been going on in Orlando. The good news is that there's been no cases of players getting the coronavirus right now, so that's a good thing. And hopefully that'll increase my optimism that as the season progresses, that nobody else gets sick. All right. And what's up, Lewis Sports Network? Make sure to subscribe to the brother of Lewis Sports Network. He's been putting up excellent content on football, baseball, basketball, whatever y'all want to see out there, guys. So go ahead and check him out, though, guys. He's really, really one of the best channels out there, man. Yep, Brandon Nicholson. Yeah, man, absolutely. Brandon Nicholson is always the first person in the building every time on every single show. He's always the first person into the building. I really appreciate that, man. That's called major love right there. I'm telling y'all, man. So yeah, so we got some stuff to talk about. We got to talk about not the preseason games, the NBA awards. We're going to talk about my thoughts on the NBA promoting Black Lives Matter, and then we're going to get to the biggest story that came out today, a couple of hours ago, that the Chicago Bulls, my Chicago Bulls, are going to be looking at trading offers to get rid of Zach Lavine, which I cannot understand. But let's get down to business as we should. All right. So let's see who else is in the building. What's going on, Brown Unboxing? Salute, though, brother. Salute, man. Yeah, Brandon Nicholson said, Lewis Sports Network, your streams were banging, my brother. Oh, yeah. Lewis Sports Network's streams have been absolutely awesome. My favorite is probably the one we talk about, the 1996 World Series. I really love it, man. We got Mr. Big Chest in the building, though, too. Salute, brother. Salute. All right. So let's get down to business here, shall we? So apparently, my Chicago Bulls are now looking at trade offers for Zach Lavine. All right, and the reason why this has been sparking up as of late is because the relationship between him and head coach Jim Boylan has been very, very bad. I've as most of you guys don't know, which I already know because I'm a Bulls fan, the relationship between the players and Jim Boylan has not been very, very good. There've been a lot of complaints, particularly from Zach Lavine, that how Jim Boylan, has been coaching the team, his hard practices and experimental in-game adjustments, late in games, taking him out when he was actually having great scoring nights. You know what I'm saying? It's been really, really been a bad, bad situation. But listen, I was against the Bulls keeping Jim Boylan. I don't understand why they didn't fire him, but it just did not make any sense to me. Now there's been a lot. There's been two teams right now reported by Bleacher Report that are interested in the services of Zach Lavine, and both of those teams are from New York. Okay, we got the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks that are very, very interested in the training services for uh, Zach Lavine. Now, let's let's talk about this in this proper context. We're first going to talk about the New York Knicks. Okay. Now, if the Knicks want to try to make a move for Zach Lavine, as I see my brother LB into the building, salute LB. Y'all make sure to subscribe to LB, guys, and also check out his Patreon channel though too. I think it's only about $2, a tier. You know what I mean? But he's putting out monster content too. So go ahead and check out his Patreon as well. What's up? What's up, Frank Casafomos? How you doing? How you doing? So this has been a very, very interesting situation because Zach Lavine is pretty much the main go-to guy and their top scorer of the Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? And when he was playing during that 2019 2020 campaign, he was averaging 25 and a half points per game, grabbing 4.8 rebounds, 4.2 assists, and he's shooting at least three and a half threes per game while shooting 38% from the field. When you look at Zach Lavine's numbers, they're definitely all-star caliber numbers. And yes, I'm a little ticked that the Minnesota Timberwolves did not keep this man. Tom Thibodeau made a big mistake about that, but that's not. But this is not what we're talking about. So right now, the Bulls are now pretty much are now looking to trade Zach Lavine because of that relationship. Because remember, during a game in the season before the season was stopped. All right. Now listen, during the game when Zach Lavine had 40 plus points, Jim Boyle wanted to take him out of the game. Late into the fourth quarter, right? And Zach Lavine was not happy about that. He pretty much cussed out Jim Boylan on the court and pretty said, "I got 40 effing points," right? And then he grabbed the rebound and then pulled up and nailed the 3-pointer, late into the game. You know what I'm saying? And after the game was over, Zach Lavine, you know, um, Zach Lavine was trying to do his best to, not try to, get fined or say some, controversial words. But you could tell how angry and how, displeased he was at Jim Boylan, right? And so, at the end of the day, man, like this was bound to happen because Jim Boylan's attitude and his coaching philosophy was not going to mesh well with the players, and it's starting to show right now. Don't be surprised if other players start to bail out. But now, here are some of the trading destinations here. Okay, now for the New York Knicks perspective here. Okay, if the Knicks are going to try to pull a trade, to get Zach Lavine. Okay, now listen. The only few ways that I could see them, making a trade for it is that they would have to trade one of their younger assets. Would they be interested in trading second year second year player RJ Barrett? You know what I'm saying? Or they would be interested in trading you know who else? The tall center there, that very athletic one. I forgot his name. But yeah, I mean these are the guys that I'm sure that they would be interested in trying to try to make a trade for that. But I don't know. But you have to see what the Bulls are up to in this case. What do they really want out of that trade with the Knicks? I think to me, the New York Knicks would be just a very difficult situation because you already got 4 or 5 players that play in the same position, and Zach Lavine would be fighting for to get minutes on the floor. So I don't know. I don't know if that trade would be suffice, but it only would work if they would try to get Chris Paul and LeBron James to come over to the New York Knicks. That's the only logical thing I can see out of this. But I don't know. I don't know if the Knicks would be a good destination for him. I just think it would just be disastrous. Now we get to the Brooklyn Nets side of things, okay? The Brooklyn Nets here, guys, if they decide, oh yeah, Mitchell Robinson, thank you, Lawrence Williams. Yeah, I was just thinking of Mitchell Robinson. He's a very athletic 7-footer, all right? Very a guy that the Knicks must keep. But that would be the case. That would be have to be the case if the Knicks want to make a trade for Zach Lavine. You know, I just think right now, I think the Knicks would be in the position where that if they're going to try to make a trade to Zach Lavine, that they have to preserve their salary space to get LeBron James. So I don't know. I don't know how that will turn out, but that's just how I kind of see it. Now, Lewis Sports Network said even Roy Markin has also asked for a trade. Yep, I know too. Listen, them players right now do not like Jim Bullen right now. That should tell you something, okay? These are my personal rants about Jerry Reinsdorf. The only reason why they keeping him right now is very, very simple. Just like what Frank Casapomo has pretty much said. You know, Bullen will be gone at the next season. Reinsdorf is just doing this because he doesn't want to pay another coach. Yeah, exactly. That's all there is to it. But right now, the players don't want to play for him. The star players are requesting trades. They're gonna have to do something right now, man. This is really, really, really does not make sense. Lou the Writer Sports says I'm really mad at the Bulls right now. Me too, bro. Me too. Now let me get to the Brooklyn Nets side of things, okay? Right now, the Brooklyn Nets right now are in a good position here at this point, okay? They have a roster right now of really good young players. You got Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be a good player. Uh, Harris LeVert is going to be a really good player too. We already know how good Joe Harris can be, right? But also it really puts a different kind of element here. As you guys, here's what I'm talking about here. Okay, now we know that Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant they're going to be back next season. They're going to be fully healthy and back next season. If the Nets find a way to pull off a trade, getting Zach Lavine to play with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, I'm telling you right now, the Brooklyn Nets would be the undisputed favorites to win the NBA championship. You know what I'm saying? He he that team that crew would just be efficient when it comes to scoring. Now, sure that Zach Lavine is not going to average 25 points a game with the Brooklyn Nets, but his athleticism, his scoring prowess, and his athleticism would really make things very very interesting. But the thing that's going to have to really that Brooklyn Nets fans are going to have to understand is that if you're going to try to make a push for Zach Lavine, all right, you would have to try to at least you would have to ask who are they going to try to trade? Are they going to trade, Karis LeVert? Are they going to trade Spencer Dinwiddie, or are they going to trade DeAndre Jordan? Those are the kind of scenarios that you guys are going to have to they're going to have to consider in the trade speculation. All right, and hold on one second before I get on here. Hey Tay Tay, hey, happy birthday too. And listen, I'm not loud. All right. I see you. Oh, look at you. You changing up your pick, huh? Okay. Okay, Tay Tay. You know what's coming for you on your birthday. You know what's coming. Ooh-wee. You know what's coming for you. I love messing around with Tay Tay. She's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So much love, Tay Tay, and happy birthday as well. Um, Lewis Sports Network pretty much says Ryan Short has been a sneaky snake since the day he owned the team, and he never gets called out on it. Yep, yep, absolutely, absolutely, no doubt about it. Uh, Black Hand TV says Zach is a liability on defense. Well, I'll be honest here. How many players in this league can actually play legitimate defense? All right. So you sure that Zach Lavine may not get you some on defense, but his offense makes up for it. And I think that they're going to be the biggest high scoring trio in the NBA if they can stay healthy. All right. Mr. Big Chest says that shoot, I can imagine KD throwing lobs to Lavine, and that offense would be historically potent. Oh yeah, absolutely. But my question is, who's going to be the one coaching the team? They still have yet to decide who's going to be coaching this team. I've heard about Greg Popovich being offered a job to coach the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know about that. I don't know if he would be interested, but if he would decide to take the offer to coach the Brooklyn Nets, hey, I wouldn't be mad about that. Shoot, but yeah, to me, those are the kind of scenarios that the Brooklyn Nets are going to have to consider. Okay, now you're going to get a lot of upside with Zach Lavine, but like I said, you would have to trade one of your younger assets like Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie, or even worse yet, trading DeAndre Jordan too to make the deal possible. It all depends about what the Bulls want in the trade. What are they looking for what are they looking for? Are they looking to try to get younger with one of those two younger players, or get an established player in DeAndre Jordan? Those are the things that you have to consider as they try to make moves to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? But so I just think right now, I think that you know Zach Lavine would be better off playing for the Brooklyn Nets than he would for the New York Knicks. You know what I mean? That's just how I kind of see it. Tay Brown says, "Please shaking my head." She said, "Thank you, King." Not a problem. Not a problem, Tay. You know, you know what it comes to get this work. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Little Rider Sports says, ready to go off of my Bulls for not trying to build this team up. I know, bro. I know. Every single time the Bulls, get some younger core pieces to try to, make something, What happens? They always go back to square one. They've never been able to keep anything consistent since Jordan retired. It's sad, man. It's a fall, sad. It's a fall, sad for grace. If you know what I'm saying. So, it is what it is. Kyler Dukes, what's going on, brother? Salute, man. Welcome, welcome. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I kind of see it in this whole situation. Now let's switch subjects here, though, guys. So we got the NBA that is coming back, next week, and we got some preseason games been going on right now, and I just want to give my little thoughts on the whole preseason. Now, on a side note, guys, I'm glad that there are not players right now that have been sick right now. And I think the NBA has done a really good job of basically controlling the situation in the bubble, and so far no cases. So I hope it continues to stay that way. But in looking into the games right now, you know, obviously that a lot of these players right now they're just getting their legs back and they're just pretty much getting their skills redefined again after basically sitting almost a 4 months of missing out basketball since the pandemic began. And I think that hopefully that when the season progresses we're going to get some good basketball out of it. I think right now, I think that the way I saw the Lakers play yesterday, they're gonna need to do something if they're gonna beat the Clippers in that formatted playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Big Chest says, "I'm trading LeVert before I trade Dinwiddie. I love LeVert, but Dinwiddie doesn't turn the ball over, and I know sets that'll work." Okay, okay, I feel you on that. Okay, what's going on, Hitman X? Salute, brother. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I think right now, I think that the NBA has done a very good job of controlling their cases right now, and keeping guys that are basically out of the bubble and making sure that they're going to come back in, get themselves tested, keeping them in isolation before they can return. So you know, I don't know. We'll just see how that happens. So, what are your thoughts on brother Makur Maker choosing Howard over their other big D1 programs like Kentucky? I didn't hear about that. I may have to go check that out after the show. I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, I think that the games are going to be very very competitive. I think that we're going to see some good basketball out of it, and hopefully that the NBA can do a good job of controlling cases here. Now let me talk about my thoughts on the Lakers here. Okay. Eggman X says, I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away from the game for as long as you are a student of the game. I know, I know. I did said, you know what, to be honest with you, I did said that I would not watch any of the games because I was kind of angry that they were basically money hungry to continue basketball. But, at the end of the day, you know, basketball is pretty much what I do. And so you can't turn it off. You can try to suppress it all you can, but you can't fully turn it off because that's just who I am. So it is what it is. Ludo Rider Sports says that the Lakers head coach and their bench are going to cost them the championship. I was just about to talk about that. You hit it right on the head. See, I don't trust the Lakers bench. I They don't have a good enough decent bench to provide some scoring punch and some energy off the bench to really compensate what the Lip Clippers are going to throw after the Lakers. All right. I know a lot of people are not going to like to hear me saying this. I know a lot of LeBron fans are not going to like it saying this, but the a deep bench and you know good production from the bench is going to help you win championships. So I don't think that the acquisition of Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith are going to be the ones to kind of solve their bench problems. You know what I'm saying? I think that right now, what the Clippers can throw at the Lakers right now is much better than what the Lakers just throw at the Clippers. And if those two teams, you know, um, meet in the playoffs, I have to side with the Clippers. You know, I had to side with the Clippers in the playoffs. X Animation says, "Dang, bro, Steph Curry broke his wrist." What? Let me check that out real quick. Oh, No, no. That was basically early on in the year. Tay Tay Brown says you didn't sing to me. Tay Tay, I'm a horrible singer. What? I'm not gonna sing happy. I'm not gonna sing. I mean, I basically told you happy birthday. All right. Um, I really was giving you all the love in the world, though, Tay Tay. But listen. I can't sing. You know I can't sing. All right. Okay. But seriously, happy birthday, and I'll be there. I'll be there for the liquor spot tomorrow. It's gonna get real nasty in that mug. Say. Just saying. Okay, continue the subject here. Frank Caspomo says Noah looked good, like a good pickup for the Clippers. Oh yeah, absolutely. Mr. Big Chest says I'm a great singer. Oh, well there you go, Tay Tay. I think you got a good candidate for that. So, but Mr. Big Chest also said, "Oh, I really want to cool on the Lakers bench because last night because they infuriated me." Yeah, it's me too, bro. Me too. The thing that really irritated me was that the Lakers, the Lakers pretty much say like, "Oh, you know." That LeBron James and Anthony Davis can overcome, those deficiencies. Listen, they're great players, and they're obviously MVP candidates. But let's pump the brakes on this, okay? Just because they're great players, they can't always cover up the deficiencies on their team. Okay, listen. How are you going to sit here and say, "Oh, the Lakers are going to win the whole thing because they have LeBron James"? It doesn't work that way. You need to have complementary players to help out the superstars. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. If the Lakers don't win the ship, Anthony Davis is walking out. I'm telling you that right now. Hitman X says, "Happy Tay Tay, happy birthday, Leo gang." Oh, yep, she's a Leo. That's right, and I'm a Scorpio. So he said 48 minutes. Yeah, I know. LeBron James can't play 48 hours a game no more. I know. I mean, LeBron is still a great athlete, but he's not that freakish athlete that he once was as a youngster. I mean, yeah. The bottom line is that you can't beat Father Time. You can delay it as long as you want to, but you cannot stop Father Time entirely. And I think right now the Lakers right now, their bench, and I just don't trust Frank Vogel as a head coach. Those two factors to me, they're gonna be the real reason why the Lakers will not win the ship. That just is what it is. All right. And people on ESPN that basically are LeBron James cheerleaders can complain about it all they want to. They know the truth. And when their king loses again in the finals, they're gonna try to come up with more excuses again, to talk about, oh, the one because they lost because they didn't have no bench. Oh, really? Because we've been saying that the entire year. Now you want to use it as an excuse? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Mr. Big Chest says Jared Dudley looks like an old milk dud on the damn court. Oh man, you gonna do him like that, bro? An old milk dud? Woo! That hurts. That hurts. Corey Boyd says, "Happy birthday, Tay Tay Brown." 225 Girl says, "Lou, no, no, he can't. That's why he was low managing during the season. He would burn himself out in certain games." Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Mr. Big J says that where the hell is the defense? It's nauseating to watch defensive lapses one after another. Hey, they're trying to preserve their energy because they know defense takes effort. You see, the emphasis on defense is not really as utilized as much. So the bottom line is like, listen, players it takes effort and energy to actually play defense and do this rotating switches on defense. It's not there as much in today's basketball as it was back in the day. Lou the Rice says, "Really, MehariNation, you're not gonna sing happy birthday to Tay Tay Brown? Wow, that's cool, man. Oh, come on. All right, you know what? Fine. I'll okay, you know what? Since you put me on the spot, fine. I'll sing for Tay Tay Brown, all right? So Tay Tay, this is for you." Ah, 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 ah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dear Miss Mac and Cheese, and I'm gonna spank with the belt. Happy birthday to you. There you go, Tay Tay. I hope that helps out for you. Lewis Sports Network says Jared Scrubbly. Right. He said that Green look out of shape though too. Meh. Who knows, right? Corey Boyd said to forget the Clippers. Look, got the Clippers got Williams who can get 30 coming in the game. Oh yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. Corey Boyd said LeBron isn't the front no more. Oh yeah, I know. Frank Casapomo says just say the words. What do you mean say the words? I just did. Lewis Sports Network says was laughing. Hitman X said, Lolo, that wasn't too bad. Mr. Big J says, bro, send me the link. I got you on the singing part. No. I took care of it. There's no need. I got it. I got it. Tay Tay, I hope that's happy for. I hope that helps you out. You know what I'm saying? Woo. You know, she always puts me on the spot every time. You know what I mean? But I know how to suppress that meanness. You know, that she tried to come in. She tried to come in all hard and stuff like that. But all you gotta do is just give her what she want, and she'll be quiet. You know what she gonna do? She gonna be quiet. X animation says, I bet he's gonna be like, my mom cut my hair, cut out my hair type of hair. Oh, y'all crazy in the chat, man. Y'all crazy in the chat. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I think that the Lakers bench and their coaching are going to cost them a championship. And when that happens, I don't want to hear no complaints from nobody in the mass media. I don't want to hear no complaints from any of these LeBron fanboys that always coming in here that pretty much try to say, "Oh, LeBron's a great player. He's a great athlete. He can do everything." Oh my God! You know what? Let me get some water real quick before I really get into my rant. Y'all hold on one second. Let me tell you something right now, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all something. 2 weeks ago, there was a troll on Ticket TV live stream that pretty much came out of the woodwork and pretty much said that, oh, LeBron James is the greatest athlete of all time. He is a phenomenal player. Oh, LeBron can do so many things. He is just a phenomenal athlete. He's the greatest player in the history of sports. And I'm like, oh my God. It was so nauseating. Yeah, most of y'all in the chat know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. This troll was spazzing on James and been spazzing on me the entire time. And I was like, bruh, you have no substance. You have nothing to say if I try to argue basketball. And when we try to debate basketball with him, you know what this guy said? This guy was like, "Oh, y'all be hating on LeBron. Y'all have been acting personal all of a sudden. Y'all be hating on LeBron and stuff like that. Like, bro, like, listen, I ain't got no time to be talking about this though, Brad. I ain't got no time about talking about this because at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're basically exposing y'all bias and y'all feelings about LeBron James, bro. And this is why we don't. That's why this adds to the hatred of LeBron James. It's not about him personally. It's about these fanboards that pretty much try to sit here and cry foul when we try to give them the honest type of criticism that when we see in basketball games. That just is what it is, and I'm getting tired of these bulls, bro. It's just ridiculous, man. What's going on, Hamilton Johns? He says, I can't wait to hear Nick Wrong and Shannon Sharp's James excuses for their hero. Oh yeah, we know. We know what time it is. We know. Mr. Big Chad says, I understand the team preserving the energy, but damn, Seth Curry was sipping on tea and a jacuzzi shooting threes. He also said, oh, yeah, did you hear about what Nick Wright said about Kawhi? No, I didn't, but I wouldn't be surprised about what he said. Nick Wright is not even an actual journalist. He's basically a TV analyst. He's not an actual journalist. He doesn't study. He doesn't critique the game like a lot of us do. And so I don't take any of his opinions seriously. And a lot of the NBA reporters don't take his opinions seriously because remember remember this one line that he tried to put out there when he basically talked about how the reporters put up a conspiracy to make sure that LeBron James was not Finals MVP in 2015. One of the reporters that actually was voting for Finals MVP basically destroyed that theory when he pretty much said that, listen, we as reporters, we pick our own Finals MVP. We don't sit and talk to each other about who we picking as Finals MVP. Basically, it's based on individual choice, not by a collective group. So that's just that just is what it is. Nick Wright just makes up, lies and contradictions to try to boost up ratings. And sadly, you got casuals out there that basically listening to this garbage. It's absolutely ridiculous. Lou Ryder Sports says the Lakers better hope that they don't play Portland in the first round. Right. LB, what's up? He said Nick Wright is a cockroach. Yeah, the one that you squish, but he keeps coming back. uh, Let me see where I saw that comment. Brandon Nicholson says that I live in Cleveland, so I hear that all the time. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you do, bro. I'm sure you do, man. And I know Junior Truth's got to hear that all the time too. Lewis Sports Network says Nick Gonzo wrong is a fanboy. Oh yeah, we know. Oh yeah, we know. Mr. Big Chest says that this dude Nick Ron says Kawhi is a bona fide Rodman. Sure, and yeah, so he's a bona fide Rodman, but he's a two-time Finals MVP. All right, I'll come. Yeah, come back to me if he come back to me. Is he actually an actual legit superstar, or if he's a bona fide Rodman? Get out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here with that. Little Rider Sports says that same LeBron James fan said he got 2 cheeseburgers for LeBron if he asked. Right. And this is an important one. He said Lewis Sports Network says Nick got destroyed by multiple reporters on that 2015 Finals MVP scandal. Said and that the network didn't speak basketball for 3 months. That's right. Yep. That's the thing I'm talking about. Because listen, I know that reporters don't speak to each other when it comes to awards or Finals MVP. And we're going to discuss about the awards in a couple of minutes. But the thing is, though, that listen, these reporters they don't communicate and discuss things with one another. Not a lot of them do. Mostly they just do their job and then they just walk out and get back to their office and write their articles. That's what pretty much what their job is. But the thing is that when you try to come up with lies on national television, you're creating a bad image for all these journalists out there that are actually doing honest work all the time. They're actually in the locker rooms, talking to these players in the actual practices and had to spend their hard-earned money traveling to these games to do their jobs for the viewers. And so what Nick Wright did was basically he just basically was crapping on the integrity of basically about the first estate of journalism. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely ridiculous. 225 Girl says, lately I had to fall back on the live. It's been intolerable. Listening to the irrational fanboys, my sugar levels be dropping. LOL. Right. I feel you, bro. I've been kind of dropping back a little bit because I'm getting tired of these LeBron fanboys that just come in here and spit out their garbage. It's ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. Mr. Big Jet says, I don't get this man Nick wrong. It's like he's damn, I've surprised stats. Right. Nick got the wrong last name. And that hair is ridiculous, bro. He don't even know what hair that he wants to get. So, but yeah, Nick Wright knew what he was creating. He was trying to create something to try to stir up the hornet's nest, and basically he got backfired. It blew up in his face, and it made him look like a complete jackass. And this is why people like him they don't get access to any of those games, and they sure as heck do not have the opportunity to basically vote for anything. Thank God for that. So I wanted to basically talk about the whole awards, NBA awards. Um, Basically, they're pretty much holding off the awards thing from like July 21st to the 28th before the start of the season, right? And I think that there's been a lot of various awards that that a lot of big guys that deserve some certain key awards. Um, I think that there have been a couple of them that I have, some kind of, this kind of this thoughts in my head. Um, as far I was looking at ClutchPoints.com, and they had their own, you know, opinions about who they believe is the should be the different award winners. Now, for Executive of the Year, they chose Lawrence Frank from the Los Angeles Clippers. Coach of the Year, Nick Nurse from the Toronto Raptors. Sixth Man of the Year, Lou Williams. Most Improved Player, Bam Adebayo. Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Davis. Rookie of the Year, John Morant. And Giannis Antetokounmpo as the MVP of the season of the entire league. All right. Lewis Sports Network says, gotta say three for nine because LeBron fanboys will say 3 of 6 is like 500. If it's a batting average, he's 50%. No, he's like 33% of the NBA Finals average. Right, winning 1 out of every 3 NBA Finals. Exactly, bro. And he's lost 6 NBA Finals. So how can you sit here and say that he's the greatest player of all time when he's lost 6 NBA Finals? All right, Magic Johnson lost in '83. He lost in '84, and he lost in '89. He lost 3 NBA Finals. Bird, he lost in the NBA Finals. He lost in '85, and he lost in '87. So he made the NBA Finals. Listen, '81 in 1981. Okay, '84, '85, '86, '87. He made the Finals 5 times, won 3, and lost 2. All right. That's a better percentage of what he did. Michael Jordan, 6-0 in the NBA Finals. Shaquille O'Neal, he basically made the finals. He made the finals 5 times and won 4 NBA championships. All right. Kobe Bryant, he made at least 6 NBA finals. All right. Actually, no. Wait. The first 3 in 2000, then '04, and then '08, '09, '10. So take that 7. Take that. At least 7 NBA finals, and he's got 5 rings. All right, 5 rings. So how are you gonna sit here and say that LeBron is the greatest GOAT and he's only got 3 rings and lost 6 NBA finals? How can you explain that with a straight face? I don't get it. I just don't get it, bro. Hamilton John says LBJ super fanboys have some weird arithmetics. I know. Brandon Nicholson says LeBron fanboys just have low standards. I know. I know. But let me get into the awards thing, though, guys. What really raked my nerves this week, though, too, was that they tried to Christian Perkins and Shannon Sharp had tried to boast up LeBron James as the MVP because they say that LeBron James should be like a 10-time MVP, and everything that he did for the Lakers, he was leading them in assists. He was their top guy and all that stuff. And I'm like, bro, you realize Anthony Davis led them in scoring, he led them in rebounding, block shots, minutes played, field goal percentage, other than assists. Like, bro, cut out with your bias, bro. Because listen, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo as the MVP because he helped lead the Bucks to the best record in the Eastern Conference. Okay, and his scoring averages continuously improve every single year. Um, I think that Giannis is, to me, he's been one guy that's been the most consistent, performer during the regular season. So to me, I think that he deserves the regular season MVP. Now, hopefully that the Bucks can finally get over the hump and win an NBA championship. Because remember, Giannis is going to be a free agent soon, and if he feels that the Bucks have really much maxed out in terms of what they can do to improve the roster, there's no forms about it. He'll have every intention of leaving the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, and where he leads to is yet to be seen. There's been a lot of people that said that he might leave for the Toronto Raptors. I can see that to be possible because of the relationship with Masai Uri. Y'all know this. So I have Giannis as the MVP of the league this year. Um, I For Defensive Player of the Year, I would have either Jimmy Butler or Anthony Davis, but I might side with Anthony Davis on that aspect. Now, for basically for Rookie of the Year, Now, my original favorite was going to be Zion Williamson, but unfortunately, he didn't play enough games to warrant, Rookie of the Year. So obviously, by default, it would be John Moran. But I would say that Kobe White had also had a very good rookie year too. Now, if Kobe White can continuously improve his game and continue to improve his scoring and his playmaking, the Bulls may have the steal of the draft. You know what I'm saying? I like Kobe White of Chicago. That's probably one of the only few bright spots. But I would say that I would have to give it to John Morant on this one. I think John Morant, what he was able to do, with the Memphis Grizzlies, despite losing Marc Gasol and Mike Conley, I mean it's been nothing short of phenomenal. And he's certainly going to be in the running of Rookie of the Year. Now, for Most Improved Player Award, and I want to give a shout out to LB on this. Um, I think that I think that to me, I think that the Most Improved Player Award, I would say I would either give it to Bam Adebayo. You know what I'm saying? I would not give it to Lonzo Ball because he hasn't shown no improvement into this game. So I'm not going to give him that. I would say Bam Adebayo because he's really improved leaps and bounds. Since he joined the Miami Heat. So I think his ability of playing defense, excellent rebounder, great energy off the bench. You know what I'm saying? I think that he would be a good person to be, the candidate for most improved player. Lewis Sport Network said the MVP award that fanboys and the media is pushing to LeBron because he's 35 like MJ. Jordan lives rent free in their heads. They'll say like in year 17, Michael never did that. I know, bro, exactly. 2016, he said 2016 is when the Cavs won the finals, and everybody bragged about how LeBron was leading in every statistical category. So that same energy must be held for AD because he leads the Lakers in 12 categories. Right, that's right. Thank you. Right. So if you say that Anthony Davis should be MVP, I would not argue whatsoever, just based on what he said, because you're right. He's led them in 12 different categories other than assists. And without Anthony Davis and his presence, on the floor, the Lakers do not reach the playoffs or not even get to the top of the Western Conference before the season stopped. And so I think that I think that Anthony Davis could be my second candidate. I would say it would be the Giannis first, Anthony Davis second, and LeBron third. Now I would keep LeBron inside the top five, but he is pretty much either between 3 and 5. But in the top two, no, I just don't see it. I actually do not legitimately see it. He says that my MVP is Giannis. Most improved can be Bam, Norman Powell, or Devontae Graham. I like Norman Powell of the Toronto Raptors. He's really improved leaps and bounds since their championship year. You know what I mean? I really like Norman Powell. I think he deserves that too. But also, I think that the coach of the year should be Doc Rivers, in my opinion, for what he was able to do with that talented roster and managing the minutes of Kawhi and Paul George. It takes a lot of different type of coaching, and for him to basically juggle talented pieces and putting them in specific roles on the team to be successful, I think that Doc Rivers to me should be coach of the year based on what he was able to try to figure out during the course of that season. You know what I'm saying? And if those pieces around Kawhi and Paul George work out to the tune of a championship, hey, you gotta put Doc Rivers high up to the list, though, guys. That's what I'm saying, y'all. I'm just telling y'all off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Frank foremost says is that Kobe White is a sixth man to me. Yeah, he could be. I think he'd be a future starter. I could see him being that, in my opinion. AD's the best Laker. Oh yeah, absolutely. So there's I've already named MVP, uh, most improved player, defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? And coach of the year. Now, the executive of the year is basically up for debate. So I'll leave that up to you guys. I do believe that the one guy that deserves to have high recognition for if Kobe White's a sixth man in some people's eyes, then he should be the Sixth Man of the Year award. But I think that Lou Williams deserves that more because he's a type of player that when he gets hot at the right time, he could drop 30 points and real quick. He is instant energy off the bench. So I think that either it's got to be between Kobe White of Chicago and Lou Williams of the LA Clippers. That's just my opinions. But let me know what you guys think after this live stream's over. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I kind of see it right now. Lewis Spork there was I got Dennis Schroeder at six man. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like Dennis Schroeder too. He's not going to get you big time numbers, but he fits in the six man role very perfectly. Lewis Sports Network says the Clippers have dealt with a lot of players, and I'm sure you've heard Montrez. Lou and Pat Bear are not in the bubble due to family issues. Oh yeah, definitely. I've heard about that. And, Doc Rivers is going to have to continuously juggle around different pieces and put them in different roles on the team to try to be successful with. And there's not a lot of time to adjust to those roles because you're only playing 8 games. You're not playing for a full season. So the adjustment period is going to have to come real quick. And I think Doc Rivers has done a real excellent job of, managing those pieces. So I got him for Coach of the Year. He also said, not to mention that the Clippers have had guys out of the lineup and their stars have only played 12 full games all year. That's right. Correct. Definitely. Luda Writer Sports says, I got Jerry West as the GM of the year. He's only a consultant. He's not really a general manager. He's only a consultant for the Clippers. So I don't think that would count. But I can't blame you for thinking that because, Jerry West is basically the influence, behind the scenes for the Clippers and making these deals possible. So that's just how I kind of see the awards right now at this particular point. So let me know what you guys think, in the comment section. It was all said and done. But I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for the night, though, guys. I got to get ready for work in the morning, though, too, guys. So, but I appreciate all the love and support, though, guys. You guys have been very, efficient, keeping my channel, growing. We're getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers. So make sure to share the live stream, spread the word about the channel, man. And, we're going to continue the development of this channel and continue to making more improvements along the way, though, too. So, but be on the lookout for more videos during the weekend and throughout the week. And make sure to hit the like button on the way out, too, as well. But appreciate the love, though, too. And once again, happy birthday to Tay Brown, too, as well. And I appreciate all my supporters out there that's been holding down on my channel, though, too, guys. So this has been Abil Mehari, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast for Basketball Conversations. We got basketball coming back next week, guys. So stay tuned. We got basketball coming up. Be on the lookout for more of my analysis videos on some of the big games, coming in from Orlando this year, guys. And so, be prepared. We're going to have a lot of fun with basketball too, guys. But signing off from MehariNation Sports Podcast and Basketball Conversations. Y'all have a good night.